What's up, bro? What's going on?
I didn't think I'd actually get anybody.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Hello? Going volume up. Hang on, I got stuff muted. Sorry. I had myself muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
All right, yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, I had to mute. And I didn't want to plan an actual hangout because
I got you.
when you
Hello,
plan
guys.
stuff, you have to show up for it, and then I just figure I'll just do an impromptu sort of hangout. If
Rob, I got a little beard growing, man. I'm like really adjusting now.
see that?
Civilian life.
Yeah, rotten, nasty civilian.
I know, right?
No,
How
no.
you been, man? How's everything?
Good. How are things in the trading side?
Oh man, it's nice. I just actually got finished, so for
Yeah,
now, yeah.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm liking that print my ATM more so than any of the other little things out there because you can actually learn your own style of trading and you won't be dependent on folks.
I know about the other stuff that's out there, man.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of there's a
It's
whole bunch
internet
of
marketing. There's nothing wrong with internet marketing. I don't want you to think I'm talking bad about internet marketing, but it's just like I mean, I see what you got to go through, man. It's like, it's not worth it in my opinion, honestly. Like that's just how I
you
feel.
get some good folks here and there.
Yeah.
A few idiots here and there too. It's not too bad. I also got I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ruffle, I think he's
Yeah,
on here. Okay,
Rafael.
yeah. I didn't know if you had questions either, or if you just showing up just to see what I was going to talk smack about.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch and see if you have something new, like always.
Well, that depends.
Yeah,
There's
but it's a few days since you made a video now, so I'm following every day, and every time you have something new, I watch it. So
yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. The biggest thing is a lot of folks are jumping over to this FutureNet thing,
yeah,
uh, and it's just relax, people. It's just a social media site for starters. Because some people are like, "Hey Rob, I signed up for this thing. How do you do this? How do you do it?" And just relax, Simba. Just social
listen.
media, learn, and then we'll go from there.
I just sent you a result, Rob. Well, you can check it, man, when I'm listening to you. Just
Okay. Um,
result.
yeah, it's social media site, just another place to do the same stuff you're doing on Facebook, to advertise, to talk about whatever it is you're doing. You can do it there on FutureNet. So just relax. Don't get caught up in the whole matrix or rev share. It's just social media. So I just want to.
Is this hangout live now, or it's still a hold?
It's live. I'm not recording it because I don't
Okay,
know if
that's
folks
good.
listen or not, and really just kind of like a bullshitter session, or if you actually have a question stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
good.
it's I haven't done a hangout in a while. Been having my own online beefs with jerks online, and it is what it is, man. Yeah, I don't know, and that's why I was talking with Sheldon about the print my ATM, because that's something, a whole nother route. Like, for example, you make money online with the marketing, and then you take your profits and you go somewhere else. And I want to use the word invest. I'm pretty. Can you use the word invest, Sheldon?
Yeah,
With
this is investing,
uh,
man. Trading is investing.
it,
It's not internet marketing. It's
I
investing.
just
You're actually investing.
gotta
What kind of
be
investment
careful.
is it? Is it forex or is it gold and silver or?
It's binary options, forex, and futures. I
Yeah.
trade binary options and I also trade forex.
Oh, I was actually doing 3 years ago. I was active in forex, but for me it was a bit high, risk of the type normal type investments. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
because greed, man, greed takes over. That's why people blow their accounts. I've been trading for 2 years now. I can tell you, if you can control your greed, you'll be very successful
yeah.
trading.
Have you heard about Alpari back in times? Or
Apari?
or eToro, where you could just follow people and they did you could follow traders and just copy all their signals and
See, that's the thing about it. See, I don't like following traders. Because the thing is, they're using certain type of market analysis, and I like to know how the market is moving my own way. That way, I don't have to depend on another trader. Because your style of trading is going to be different than the next guy. You have to find something that works with you. And what Rob was saying is, we teach that, and the company Prima ATM, but it's like a trading school. You're gonna learn how to trade one-on-one. It's no, I mean, you can follow. We have signal providers and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we're gonna teach you how to trade so that you don't have to rely on indicators. You don't have to rely on signals. You can understand and learn how the market works.
okay.
So it's a little bit different than just the normal trading, because there's a lot of them. Yeah, you just follow the guy, or they're a broker, or with one is like a trading MLM and all of this sort of things. And the reason I like that is Print My ATM is totally different. It's and my thinking is you make money on your online businesses, and then you take a portion of that money and go trade with it. So you're not, number one, you made the money online. Number two, it should be profits. And number three, you're playing with your profits, so you're not so emotional about it. Because if you take
Go ahead,
10K in the bank and dump it into trading, and that's your last 10K you had saving.
You have leverage. You have leverage. and that's,
so when you're making money online, you just scrape the profits there, and you can play with your profits there. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the same way I bought traffic from Traffic Monsoon, except now I'm going to start saving it and go trade with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I like about you. So
I'll tell you guys, I actually, because I did a study just to show people that it worked, and I took 1 week. Okay, this is 1 week, all right, and it wasn't from high risk trading. I took $100 and turned it into over 3,000 in 1 week. Now, I had to withdraw that money because I had bills that I had to pay, but I've done that. I've done that through what Prima ATM teaches, $100 now. So think about that. You don't have much leverage with $100. So think about what you really have to focus on, what you really have to do. You can't focus so much so on leverage. You have to focus more so on getting on a winning streak, like getting a lot of winning trades. Because the thing is, you don't focus on getting from 100 to 1,000. See, people think that it's impossible, and it's not. No, you focus on getting from 100 to 200. Now, once you get to 200, you can leverage 200. You go from 2 to 4, from 4 to 8, from 8 to 16, from 16 to 32. You see what I'm saying? It gets easier, and that's why I try to tell people, even the people that's in Prima ATM, even at the lowest level, the basic membership, which you learn how to trade from support and resistance. All right, if you can leverage and learn how to manage your money, then you will not lose overall. And that's what I try to tell people, but they let greed take over and they end up blowing their accounts. But
that's so simple.
Yeah, and it's like such an emotional thing when it comes to money.
It is. And here's the thing with trading. Just like I was telling Rob, with trading, you have to completely take emotions out of it. If you are an emotional trader, you're going to lose. All right, you cannot have any kind of emotions, none whatsoever. All right, if you have $1,000 and you want to invest 10% of that, well, that's $100. If you lose that $100, you can't get all butthurt and angry and mad. You got to keep it going. All right, just like if you had $10,000 and then you was doing a 30-minute or 1 hour trade for 1,000 and you lost, you can't worry about losing that 1,000. You got to keep it going. Yep. As long as you stick to the process, you stick to the formula that we teach, then you'll have success. It's guaranteed. The guy who owns the business, he traded less than 6 months last year, and he's got his personal performance sheet that he does every single year. Okay, he made $1.2 million in less than 6 months. I think he traded 150 or 140 days last year, and he made 1.2 million. Okay,
a lot of money
in less than 6 months. So
Yeah.
there you go.
And it's the same thing with marketing. Anything, if you just take emotion out of it, same thing. I try to tell folks, if you get emotional about marketing, or this solo ad and that solo ad and this traffic and this program, you're not going to win. You know what I'm saying? If you're so emotional about this one biz op is the shit and all the other biz ops suck, and if you don't think the way I do, you're an idiot, which is kind of fueling my post earlier. You can't do that, because you're going to get
burning bridges.
And so when you take emotion out of it and just think about it, just same thing. Just be cold about it, calculating, and just.
And I think it's good to have a balance too.
It is. I mean, you don't want to spread yourself thin either, But same thing with the trading. You're not going to. Just take out all your money and just trade like a madman. You want to be smart about it. That's the whole thing. That the same thinking will make you successful in anything, or not successful. So
when it comes to because what Rob was saying, even on the internet marketing side, okay, a lot of people, they will buy like a solo ad. Because I mean, I used to. I don't do it so much now. I focus more so on trading, just because I can make like a lot more money in a very short period of time and be done with it, because my account balance is built up to that point. But for the new person, internet marketing, right? Just focus on buying one solo ad a week. Okay, don't focus on trying to get one a day, because with say Udemy, a lot of people are bashing Udemy. Some people are like, well, I have success. You got to keep doing it. You can't do it 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 times. You got to keep doing it, because every single time you're doing it, you're accessing a different part of that person's list. You can't go and purchase 50 clicks or 100 clicks and expect to get a sign up. You're not even tapping into You're not even tapping into 1% of the person's list. You have to keep doing it. So, and that's what people don't understand that. So, but like what Rob was saying when he was teaching his broke man's method, it was genius, because you're using Traffic Monsoon to get your solo ad. So in essence, you're using paid traffic you're taking the profits out of Traffic Monsoon, and then you're using that to buy your solo ad, which means that your paid advertising is free.
Yep.
You're not paying for it.
And that is what I want to take, and instead of buying traffic, I want us dunking into a trading account.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm just, and I hate to use this phrase, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm playing with house money. You know what I'm saying? So, number one, I know it's refuelable profits, and number two, it takes my emotion out of it. Number three, I already have a full-time income, so I can think clear. So
that's true. Because the worst thing that you can do is to use your personal money that you work hard for, that you go to a job for, use it for trading. Hell, you'll be better off using the bank's money if you can. Use the bank's money. It's not yours. Yeah, you might have to pay it back, but you see what I'm saying? You're taking the emotions out of it, and that's the whole key. The key is to get the emotions out of it. The emotions are only going to be out of it when you're using somebody else's money. If you're using your own money, then you're always going to have the emotions in it, and that's what screws people up. They say, well, I have like $50. That's all I have to put into like buying an ad pack. Okay, so you spend your last $50, all right, on the company, and then next thing you know, they get shipped off overseas somewhere, and then you're like, you have an emotional attached to the company, because that happened to me on my advertising page. I was going to use my advertising page, Diamond. I was going to use a portion of that to put into my trading account, and I was going to build it that way. But my advertising page left the United States, so then I had to go to Traffic Monsoon. Okay, well, Traffic Monsoon is now going now, but before, they stopped and we had the PayPal issues. Yeah. So it's like you gotta really take out the emotions and just just do what you can. Like I got $500 right now in Traffic Monsoon that I'm trying to get this Allied card or whatever that I can just take out and put it into my trading account.
And just
because what I'm going to do
think about it.
is I'm going to turn that $500 into like
1,000.
Yeah, well, 10 or 20,000, and then take a portion of that and put it back into Traffic Monsoon to build up my packs again. You see what I'm saying? That's how you have to think.
Yeah, it's like a wheel.
It's like a wheel. It's like a rotator, just like what Rob said, just like a wheel.
Yeah, because I see that many people, like Rob, have always been talking about the people that stacking packs. And I have been following the plan from day one. I've been taking out every week or every month. It depends what I felt was best. And I see that now when people stock, now they're pending the packs. I have still taking out more money than I put in. And still got my lead. So I leveraged the Traffic Monsoon money and got my lead, so I got value for the money. Plus, I still leveraged the platform because I have my packs.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I got like 3,700 big whoop in pending, but I have 300 active. And the only thing I've been doing is maintaining 300 active packs and just withdrawing the rest. So I've been taking out like $500, $600, $700 a day from Traffic Monsoon, and just maintaining 300 packs. Because whether you have 300 or 3,000, it's almost irrelevant. Because as long as you maintain, you maintain 300 packs. Why do you need 400? Why do you need 1,000? Because the more packs you have, the more money you're going to have to spend to maintain it. Eventually, with 300 packs, I'm gonna just have to spend, maybe. The most I bought was 4 packs in a day. So the most I would have to buy is 4 packs a day. But when I couldn't withdraw money, I had to buy 21 packs a day. I had to buy 25 packs a day. I had to buy 30. And that number is always going to go up, and I'm chasing this thing. You know what I'm saying? And how do I know that Traffic Monsoon is going to be around? So I'm going to just take my 300 packs, keep it there, and just leverage the crap out of that. Take as much money as I can out and dunk it in somewhere else so I can with trading, that is a skill that once I learn, that goes with me. That's not in Charles Scoville. That's not in Traffic Monsoon.
Yeah, you can
that's
do
not
that.
any of the business.
Yeah.
That's me. You know what I'm saying? And that is the ultimate, okay, if something happens over here, I got my trading. So I think
You're falling out.
it goes hand.
You breaking up? You breaking up, Rob?
Hand, and I think it's.
I think it's out.
You breaking up?
That.
Rob,
It's my super fast internet. Yeah, can you hear me?
it's breaking up. They say he's falling out.
I see that. Yeah, it's my super fast internet connection I have here.
I think that would be a good investment.
Yeah, because you gotta have a good. I recommend people have at least high speed for trading and stuff because everything is web based. But you learn all that in the PMA. The thing is like you gotta be smart about this kind of stuff. Like, okay, for example, why take out my hard-earned money, put it into a revenue share business. Okay, why do that if I can take that same amount of money, invest it, grow it to 10 to 20 times as much, and then take a portion of it out and put it into the revenue share? Because ultimately, that's where people get paid from. Because everybody is not the superstar sponsor, so let's not kid ourselves. And a lot of people don't want to spend the money that it takes to build a list that's big enough. Like what Rob was saying, you got to build up your list in PLS to like 5,000 to even start to really get, any kind of significant results. At least 5,000. It might be even more than that. But it's just the light bulb went off for me when I found out that trading is a $5.3 trillion per day turnaround. It's an industry. It's a global industry. The biggest industry in the entire world. There's nothing larger. So why not get a piece of that? Okay? You can't control the market. Even banks, institutions, corporations, governments, they can't control the market. It's that large. Okay? So it's like it's a skill that has to be learned, but once it's learned, it's something that can be passed down from generation to generation, and that's what it's all about. See, people want this quick money, but we're more focused on building wealth. Okay, that means like we want to create 6- and 7-figure earners within the next. Everybody who's in PMA, 6- and 7-figure earners within 2 to 3 years. That's possible, and it's realistic. It's something that can be done, and then also they can venture out. We had a girl who she actually bought herself her very first home. Okay, she's 24 years old. She has 2 kids. From trading, she was able to purchase a Jaguar, and then she also purchased a $500,000 house, paid for in cash, paid off. 24 years old. 24.
Yeah,
so,
that's pretty good.
And she's a stay-at-home mom and has never, ever traded before. Ever. Didn't know the first thing about trading. Got into the system. Rob will tell you. He'll tell you. It's amazing. And even where Rob is at right now, at just the very basics, it's so much more. But even for what he has access to right now, you can create some significant income really fast. So
yeah, my goal here is to go from using internet marketing.
Can I see any animals?
And then taking a portion of that and learning.
Oh, you're falling out again, Rob.
And yes. And I feel like, man, I need to fix this stuff.
So, but in the plan, so when you're doing your strategy now, you're still going to purchase traffic, right? Or you're going to mix it up like 50-50?
It depends. It really depends. But there is going to be a percentage going into traffic, and there is going to be a percentage either going into a savings account to get a sizable chunk, and that is going to be for trading. Does that make sense? So I'm not just going to, 200, 200, 200. I'm gonna take a decent amount that I've built up that is solely for trading, take my emotions out of it, unplug from the matrix, and just know that I'm going to take, 10K, whatever. And that's where I'm shooting for right now. It may go up, and then that is going to be going into trading after I go through the training and keep actually where I keep going through the training. And so, like Sheldon said, it's a course. It'll teach you exactly what to do, and then from that you'll develop your own style, rather than just taking this guy's word for it. You're actually learning your own skills, how to analyze, and that whole deal. So, for example, I looked at what's that, iMarkets Live, and those programs. You're relying on the guru if they're actually really trading with your cash. You see what I'm saying? Whereas here...
Okay, so this is not the... So this is not the program that you liked on YouTube. Comment something.
Yeah, I looked at that because I like it just because I'm wanting to start tapping into their markets, their groups of people. But I'm not necessarily in that program. This is like a marketing thing. Now we're going back to marketing. I will like other people's programs, their YouTube videos, and then I'll start tapping into their following. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So folks who look at their stuff, might get cross-referenced, and they might see one of my videos, and I'll bring them into my neck of the woods. So, there's some ulterior motives there. And I might throw a few videos talking about trading, but in a very generic sense. Like, for example, I have videos planned to where I'm going to talk about how I leverage Traffic Monsoon to pay for traffic. Now I'm going to take a chunk of money and turn it into assets. You know, for example, I buy gold and I buy silver. That might be a topic I talk about, and then that could very easily branch off into trading. And so now that creates all of this content and all of these different areas that I could still funnel back to my own businesses. I can say, hey, I'm not trading yet, but using these businesses, I'm making enough money online to take and to trade with. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we understand, but you're falling out again. So, yeah, but I have one question, Rob.
And it all just,
Oh.
you know, goes back.
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me explain something. Let me explain something about these other trading groups. I'm gonna give you guys an example like what we offer. I was telling with Rob because Rob had joined me in PMA, and he didn't know this, but you can actually be a shareholder, okay, like an actual shareholder. You can actually have shares within the company. So let's say you can take $500, $1,000, and they're looking to grow that anywhere from 30% to 300%, okay, monthly. All right, the different memberships it tells you about the like being a shareholder, like having the shares and stuff. With trading, it's nothing is guaranteed, so you can't guarantee it, but you can. He has a track record, okay. When you're looking for a leader, when you're looking for a mentor with trading, you want somebody that goes above and beyond just the lifestyle. And that's like one of the main problems that I see and already saw it coming with iMarkets Live. iMarkets Live, they're trying to take network marketing and they're taking trading and they're combining them. Okay, you can't do that because now you have all of these internet marketers that don't really have any interest in trading. They just want to build a team, and it makes it another internet marketing business. It doesn't. It's two completely different
niches.
Yeah, niches. You cannot combine them. That's why. That's just the quick way of me telling you iMarkets Live is going to fail. Watch on March 29th. Sheldon Jones told you iMarkets Live was gonna fail. Okay, I've been trading for over 2 years. All right, so I can tell you that. The thing is with that also, okay, they're trading off of nothing more than support and resistance. This harmonic scanner that everybody wants to talk about is nothing but an indicator. Okay, if indicators worked 100% of the time, we would all be billionaires. Okay, let's be honest. We would all be billionaires because everybody in the world who traded would rely on the indicator and it would work. The reason why indicators do not work 100% of the time is because the market is constantly moving, it's constantly changing. Okay, so the indicator will fail. It's only a matter of time before it fails. And it's their little harmonic scanner that they call, which is nothing more than support and resistance. That's all it is. They don't hold a candle to what we offer because we offer true market information. We go above and beyond just showing you how to trade, but we get you in the right mindset. It takes a certain type of mindset to trade. It takes a certain type of understanding of how the financial world, of how the market works. You can't just go in there. People get distracted because they're like, oh, I can make an 80% return. in 30 minutes, in 1 hour, or 70% return in 60 seconds, but what goes on beyond that? Like, how do you do it? Because it's not as easy as people think it is. It requires you to learn skills, just like internet marketing. When you go and recruit, I don't care if you bought 1,000 solo ads. If you don't know how to connect with those people, if you don't know how to talk to those people, if you can't relate to those people, they're not going to join you. You pretty much just wasted your money on solo ads. And that's what gets people upset, is they go and they buy all of these solo ads, so they join these businesses. You got those that are relying on the revenue sharing and they don't recruit at all. You got those that spend money to go out and they rely on the revenue sharing and they rely on sponsoring, but they don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to connect with people. Well, trading is the same thing. You got those out there that just want to make a quick buck, and the market will discipline you. The market disciplines people that are not disciplined, because you're going to lose money. I'm telling you. It has happened to me. It'll happen to anybody. Trading doesn't care. No emotions. And you got those people that learn, that learn the internet marketing game. People like Rob, like Frank, who learn how to connect with people, who learn how to market to people, how to relate to people, to show them a real, true, genuine way that they can make an income. Not this, ungodly figure like, oh, you can make $10,000 tomorrow from doing nothing. No, it doesn't work that way. Same thing with trading. You can make $10,000 in a couple of minutes, but you need to develop the skills to be able to do that. I think I made, if you go to my page, you can see my video I made one time. I made like $800 in 1 minute from trading. $800 in 1 minute.
But that takes a lot of training.
It takes a lot of training to get to that level, but at the same time, I understand what I'm doing. I understand trend trading. I know how to look for trends in the market. I know support and resistance. I know when something is oversold or overbought. Okay, the market is nothing but people basically putting money in and taking money out. That's all it is. It's constantly going on, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. You can profit from it anytime from Monday through Friday. And if you know if you know the intricacies of that, like if you know exactly what assets to look at what time, like I'll just go ahead and tell you, if you was to get into your trading account, it's about to be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Wherever you are, you'll just convert that to your time zone in 1 hour. Look at everything that is a Japanese asset or everything that's Asian, because the Asian session is about to begin. It starts at 7 o'clock p.m. So you're going to be looking at, those are the assets that's going to move. That's going to basically give you the highest chance of winning, because you got a lot of movement going on. You can leverage the volatility. But see, you see what I'm saying? iMarkets Live don't teach you that kind of stuff. They want you to follow some rich guy or whatever who he doesn't. I looked at that webinar because one of the guys whose list I was on, he sent me the webinar, and the guy didn't even know how much the price was. He couldn't even tell me how much the price was. He was like, oh, well, I'm the CEO, so I don't deal with that kind of stuff. What? What do you mean? So you have a complete disconnect with your following, with your followers. It's basically another referral game. I might as well just stay in Traffic Monsoon and build that up. I'm just saying. So that's my take. Sorry for spilling.
No problem, no problem. I have some questions about it.
Which is not smart. But yeah, that up. I'm
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Is it binary? Is it like 60 seconds trades, or is it daily trades, or is it a mix of everything?
So the way trading work is you can trade what we call intraday. Intraday is basically that same day. So 60 seconds, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 4 hours. Okay, those are what we call intraday. All right, daily trades is different. It's it's like you're trading from like Monday to Tuesday. That means you want to hold a trade overnight. All right, I don't recommend doing daily trades when you first start. All right, especially on binary, it's unnecessary. Now, when you start getting into forex, that's different. All right, that's different. Forex is different from binary options, but the first thing is focusing on the time zones and stuff, learning how the market moves. Okay, because that's what's ultimately going to make you money. See, with trading, it's not like I need to refer this person, I need to refer that person. It's I learned this skill based off of support and resistance. I got a 50-50 chance, okay? Either I'm gonna lose my investment or I'm gonna earn up to an 80% return. So that means if I have $5,000, like Rob said he was thinking about investing earlier, okay, 10% of $5,000 is $500. So if Rob gets this trade right, then and he gets an 80% return, he basically has just made $400 just like that.
But,
not bringing in a single person.
But will you do investment like 10%? Isn't that a lot in the forex? Is it the 2 to 3%?
When you first start, a newbie, somebody who's never traded before, it's 2 to 5% starting off. Okay, once you start to get good and stuff, then you can go to 10%. For new traders, I don't recommend people go higher than trading 10% of their account. Because like I said, in trading in binary option trading, you can only lose what you risk. So if you're only risking up to 10% of your account, whatever that is, then you can only lose that. So if you can live with the fact that you may lose this and live to trade another day, you can always make it back, okay, and more. At the end of the day, the most important thing when it comes to trading is risk management. Risk management. That's really it. Like once you get verified and you get your broker and all that, it's just managing your risk.
And how is the membership's fee and stuff like that?
So they have we have 3 levels because basic level is closed now. So we can only get in at the novice level, the intermediate level, the advanced level. Okay, if you never traded before ever and you need to start from the very beginning, I recommend novice. I recommend novice because number one, you get access to basic. You're going to start there. Okay, learn the very basics. Okay, to get you started making money like right now. Okay, and then you can use the novice information to you know what I'm saying. You can use that to grow your account. Once you grow your account and you're ready to move on to the higher levels, because once you get to the intermediate level, you are basically considering yourself like a day trader. You want to do it full time, like you want to trade full time. Like for me, I'm in advanced, which is the highest level that a person can get in at, and that's kind of like basically teaches you how to become a millionaire. Basically, that's what it does. And then intermediate teaches you how to become. It teaches you how to become a 6-figure earner faster. Novice, it teaches you 60 seconds, so it teaches you how to master the 60-second method and stuff, so that you making money like right now and stuff, right? Really fast. What time zones to trade, that type of stuff. So it really depends on if you're doing it part time, if you want to do it full time, if you wanted to replace your income, if you wanted to supplement your income. It's so many variables, but if you've never traded, even if you want to do it full time, if you've never traded, I recommend starting at novice and then working your way up.
Rob knew Tim. Who's Tim? I'm not Tim.
Never heard about him? The penny stock guy?
Penny stock? Oh, no, not me. No, man, that's gonna be Sheldon.
Just kidding.
He's gonna be the guy.
I have a challenge, guys. I have a challenge by my birthday. I'm gonna take pretty much 1,000 and turn it into 6 figures by my birthday. So my birthday is in August. So right now we're about to hit April. So we're about to hit month number 4. So and this is like the perfect time to start trading because now we're out of the first 3 months of the year. So a lot of the holiday news and all that kind of stuff is gone behind us. So now it's time to really make money. really time to get it.
So it's trying to take some of those traffic monsoon profits, set it up in a, I don't know how much anyone is withdrawing or whatever, but take a nice little chunk and then go over there, learn how to trade and get yourself going there. And then you don't care. You're not so, oh my God, I got to sign people up. If I don't sign people up, I'm not making money. You see what I'm saying? You just say, psh, I got my trading, so even if you don't join me, I'm still making money over here with my own separate skill. Yep. And that's what I like. It's complete independence of anything. Yes, I'll still do the team.
I mean, let's be honest. We don't know Charles Scoville personally. We don't know Michael Dees personally. They sacrificed, and yeah, they want to help the masses. But if that means screwing over a whole country worth of people, then that's what they're gonna do. Like it's been done time again. It's not just Traffic Monsoon, or it's not just my advertising page. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's like, for me, it was like, I need something that nobody can, for my work ethic, because you have to understand, for me, I study the whole trading thing 10 to 15 hours a day, much like these guys, like Rob is doing his internet marketing thing 10, 15, 20 hours a day. I'm doing my trading that time, and because it's more so on a skill. I'm relying on my work ethic, on my skill, that I know it's a lot, it's abnormal. It's not normal for a person to be focused as say like me, Rob, or Frank. That's why we get the results that we get in the niches that we're in. And people don't understand that. They don't understand I could do exactly what Rob does, but why? Why am I going to want to do that when I'm going to have thousands upon thousands of people coming at me, bitching, moaning, complaining, whining, because they can't do the same thing that I'm doing. And they can't do that because they don't have the same work ethic. It's just that simple. You got to understand, like, even though he's making his 6 figures now, like, at what cost? Like, what did he have to go through for that? How much money did he have to invest? The guy even said he got sick and he neglected his health. He wasn't even healthy. So imagine, like, the average person won't be able to do something like that. So I'm like, well, okay, Rob is cool. We can relate. We're military, but I'm not gonna do what he did. I'm gonna use my brain and use something that I can do as a skill. I can learn this skill, and once I learn this skill, I have this skill forever. You have to understand, Warren Buffett, people like that, they trade. They're traders. They're traders. They're investors. How do you think he's the third richest person in the world? This is no secret. It's just people don't understand. And if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, just view my webpage, prepare the score, and tell it all. How many people got a 741 score? So I'm not done yet. It's gonna be an 800. So it's gonna be an 800, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that 800. I'm gonna go and get like a $10,000, $20,000 credit card, and I'm going to invest the money, because that's exactly what the banks are doing with your money. That's exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna stop, Ron. You gotta get me going, man. But that's the truth, though. It's the truth. People don't know what the truth is. They're being blindsided, and they don't understand. They're being educated with. I'm in school right now, going for a business administration, and I can tell you right now, the stuff that I'm learning right now has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're learning about a whole bunch of BS that's not going to help me. That's designed to keep me enslaved to somebody else. That's what I'm learning right now in school. I'm learning skills. I'm learning like academic skills and stuff to basically be kept as an employee instead of becoming a business owner, instead of becoming an investor. And that's what trading is. You can treat trading as a business, okay, and when you do that, you start getting business results. If you treat it like a hobby, then it's not going to be like what you think it is. And it's with anything, okay? If you want to do the network marketing thing, then be ready to put the time, the effort, and deal with everything that comes with that. Okay, with trading, I can bypass all of that. I don't have to sign anybody up for anything. That's just basically trying to pay it forward and help the next person. Really. Keep going. When you deposit money, the bank trades and invest your money. Banks invest your cash instead of storing it. Work your ass off. That's power. It's true. It's true. The bank, whatever bank it is, you gotta understand that the bank's job is to make money. That's the bank's job. So what are they gonna do? You take out a loan for a mortgage, or you take out a loan for like a car loan. How do they make their money? They make it on the interest. And then what do they do with the interest? They go and they loan it out to somebody else. And then what happens? They have to pay interest. So now everybody who has a job, who works a regular job, who's working really, really hard and everything, they're working for debt money, money that has to be paid back. So, I'm done.
I'm going to be wrapping up this hangout.
Wait, Rob, I have a few questions before we go.
My internet's breaking. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's nothing about the trading. It's more about FutureNet. What you're thinking around that? Because I see, some people starting with that, and you're going to combine it, or you're going to move funds from Traffic Monsoon to build up that, and then leverage both of them.
I'm probably going to promote the shit out of it.
We don't hear you.
Rob, you using Google Hangout? Well, I thought you was using that other software that you were using.
Webinar Jam.
I thought he was using that other thing. The
Webinar Jam.
Yeah, Webinar Jam, not GoToWebinar. That's what I thought he was using. I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think we will. So can I ask you some questions since I have you here? How did you and Rob met? Because I see you are a bit different niches.
Yeah. So me and Rob, I originally met Rob when I was it was online, of course.
I look at just.
Huh?
What?
I think Rob is trying to talk.
Yeah, continue, because I think I'm going to write to him.
We originally met. I was in Korea. I was in South Korea. I was still active duty military, and I came across Rob. I saw Rob was in the military as well, and then I kind of, followed him, see what he was doing and everything, and we kind of like had a connection because I'm actually signed up under Rob in Traffic Monsoon, and so I know it put a smile on his face when I told him I'm buying like 100 packs. When I, for my trading money, but because I'm not using my own money, I'm using somebody else's. But I met Rob when I was in South Korea originally, and just saw what he was doing and everything that he was about. I saw that he was also a veteran, and so I did we kind of really, became friends and stuff from there, and pretty much that's how we met originally. But I started following him really because I kind of resonated with his broke man's plan. I liked it because it was a new way. Somebody was showing others like how you can, say for internet marketing, right? You can actually learn how to leverage a company's money and then use that to grow your business instead of coming out of pocket. And I think that's where most people get stuck, is they come out of pocket, and they can only come out of pocket for so much, and then once that's gone and depleted, you see what I'm saying, they don't have anything left. Like if the company was to go bankrupt, or if they left, they went overseas or something, these things happen all the time. So he was the type of person that never put any emotion into it, and us being military, I didn't put any emotion to it as well. I understood that it was a risk that we was taking, and so we kind of just really connected. So ever since then, we've been cool. I think for almost 2 years now. So that's originally how we met.
Oh, I have some few questions more. So when you're going to introduce new people, you're going to show them how they can leverage like Traffic Monsoon or a different company to then take out money to trade, or are you going to just teach them how to do it out of pocket?
For me, honestly, because what I do, I don't really focus on recruiting people. I don't want to get into that because I've been down that road before, and people, just like I was saying earlier, they don't have the type of work ethic that I have. They don't understand that whether it's internet marketing, whether it's trading with Forex, or whatever it is. Even if I got my start, I started on eBay. That's how I actually started with e-commerce. So they don't understand that it's going to take money, it's going to take time to really, really see the results that you want to see. And most people, they have their reasons, but they don't want to invest into that time. And so I don't really fool with it. It's more like if people come to me and ask about it, I'll show them, but I don't go and, try to hunt people down, because like I said, you can go to my page and the results, they speak for themselves. I even have videos even showing people how to trade based off support and resistance, and that's what I was telling Rob, because he does it, but he's not. He's focused more so on something that he can do himself, as opposed to like referring others and stuff and sponsoring. There's nothing wrong with that, but the issue is that people don't have the type of work ethic that we have. For him in internet marketing, he's up 20 hours a day, 22 hours a day. Same thing with Frank Calabro. The guy said one time he hasn't slept for like 2 or 3 days straight. I believe him. Look at the type of results that he get. You see what I'm saying? Most people won't or can't do that. So how do you get the average person to, be able to do something like that? You have to take it out of the hands of trying to rely and depend on your team. You have to depend on yourself, depend on your skills. That is what is going to help you succeed.
That's correct. Yeah, I like your thinking, and I like how Rob is taking it to the next level.
But I tell Rob, I see Rob joins a lot of stuff, man. I see he joins a lot. I watch him. I mean, just like, oh, Rob, here we go again. He's doing something like all the time. It's like, Rob, you gotta understand, man. People can't do what you're doing. Everybody's not making 6 figures like you are. You gotta like stick with something, a system, and then just work it and work it. That's it. Like, that's all you have to do, and you just have to keep doing it. It's not something that you can do once or twice, even 3 times. You have to just continuously do it and do it like for years. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it made sense to get into the trading thing because it's dependent upon my skill. Okay, I determine my income truly, and I have accounts that were open like 5 years ago that are still there. So it's legit, and it's regulated.
Anyway, it was nice to have this meeting.